Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about interrogative pronouns. In this lesson, I will teach you what interrogative pronouns are, what we use them for. I will teach you the rules so that you know how to use them correctly, and I will do that by giving you examples. But before we begin the lesson, I would like to welcome all the new subscribers. A very warm welcome to this family. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up at the end if you find it useful. Thank you very much. Now, let us begin. Interrogative pronouns are pronouns that we use to ask questions. When you want to ask a question in English, you do so by using interrogative pronouns. There are 5 interrogative pronouns. They are what, which, who, when, where, and how. To be able to ask questions in English, you use a specific interrogative pronoun that is suitable for that question. To be able to do that, we have some rules. Let us look at rule number A. Begin a sentence with what if you want to ask about people or things in general. So if you want to ask a question and the question is going to be about people or things in general, then begin that sentence with the pronoun what. How do you do that? Let us look at example A on the right. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is he saying? What are they eating? What is Peter painting? Now, the first sentence, what are you doing? You're asking somebody about something. It's a thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm cooking. Or I'm teaching. I'm sleeping. Okay? So, what are you doing? You ask that question to get an answer about something in general. And the next sentence, the next question, what is he saying? You want to know the details about what someone is talking about. Again, that's an example of asking about something in general. And then the next one, what are they eating? You want to know what are they eating? Are they eating food? What are they eating? Again, you're asking something. You want to ask about something in general. What are they eating? And then the last sentence, which is the last question, what is Peter painting? What is Peter painting? Now, in that question, you want to ask about Peter. And more specifically, you want to know what Peter is painting. Okay? So, in other words, in all those 4 sentences, you're asking about people and you're asking about the things they're actually doing. So, what are you doing? So, you are referring to a person and you want to know what he is doing. Then the next one, what is he saying? You want to ask about someone, he, that pronoun he, and you want to know what is he doing. And then what are they eating? They is many people. You want to know what they're eating. And the last sentence, you want to know what Peter is painting. Okay? So when you want to ask about people or the things that they're doing, then ask using what. And remember, you put it always at the beginning of the sentence. Now, let's move on to rule B. If you want to ask about a specific person, very specific person, this time not in general, if you want to ask about a specific person or a specific thing, then begin your sentence with which. Begin your question with which. Let's look at examples B on the right. Which way should we go? Or which way should we follow? So in this case, you're asking specifically, you want to know which way, which road we're driving, and there are 3 roads, and you want to know which one should you follow, which one should you drive down, which one, is it the one on the left, is it the one on the right, is it the one in the middle, which way should we follow? Okay, so you're asking about a very specific thing, and that is which way you should follow. Then the next example, which doctor treated you? Which doctor treated you? In that case, you're asking a very specific question about which doctor. So imagine that there are 3 doctors that someone is recommending to you, and you want to know which specific doctor treated that person. Then you ask, which doctor treated you? Okay? And then the last example there, which of these 2 boys hurt you? So imagine that there's a group of boys, okay? And you want to know, your dad wants to know, okay? You're a parent and your child comes to you crying and they've been injured, they've been hurt. And there are 2 boys, okay? There are 2 boys standing outside. And you as a parent, you want to know exactly which boy hurt your son or your daughter. So you ask, which of these 2 boys hurt you? So you're asking about a very specific person, which specific boy. Okay? So if you want to ask about a specific person or thing, begin your question with which. Let's move on to C. If you want to ask about people, okay, you want to ask about people, you want to ask about a person, always begin with who. Every time we begin a sentence with who, we are only asking about people. When you begin your sentence with which, you may be asking about a person or you may be asking about a thing. When you begin your question with what, you may be asking about people or you may be asking about things in general. But if you want to ask about people, the preposition, the personal, the pronoun that you should always begin your question with is who. Who is always for asking about people. Let's look at some examples. Example C on the right. Who damaged your car? Who damaged your car? So imagine a friend comes to visit you and they park their car and you look at the car and it's damaged. It has some scratches, maybe it has a few dents, and you want to know who damaged your car. Okay, who damaged your car? Okay, so you want to know exactly who did it. Then the next example, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? So someone is speaking about something. They're talking about someone and you're not sure who exactly it is that they're talking about. So you ask them, who are you talking about? You want to know exactly who it is that they're talking about. And then the last example, see, who was that? Who was that? So imagine that someone has been on the phone, okay? They've been talking to someone on the phone, and then it's gone on for a really long time, and then finally they stop talking. And then you ask them, who was that? Okay, who was that? So you want to know exactly who it is that he or she was speaking to on the phone for such a long time. Okay? All right then. Then the next one is, if you want to ask about time, if you want to know anything about time, begin your question with when. Okay? You want to know when something is going to happen. You want to know when you're going to catch the train. You want to know when the flight is going to land or when the flight is going to depart. Then begin your question with when. How do you do that? Look at examples D on the right. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? So you want to know, are they coming back tomorrow? Are they coming back next week? You want to know exactly when are you coming back? Okay. Then the next example, when can I call you? Okay. You want to know when is the right time? At what time? When is a good time for me to call you? You want to know exactly what the right time is for you to call that person. So you ask, when can I call you? And then E, if you want to ask about a place, then begin your question with where. Okay? For example, look at examples E on the right. Where are you going to? Where are you going to? Or where's your brother? Where? So you want to know the place. Where do you come from? Where are you going to? Where is your brother? Where are you going to study at university? Where did your sister travel to? So where? You want to know about the place. Then always begin your sentence, or rather your question, with where. And finally, if you want to ask about something, okay? If you want to ask about something, and that particular something is about the manner in which something is going to be done, then begin your sentence, or rather your question, with how. So if you want to ask about the specific details about something, okay, you want to ask very specific details about something, especially how something is going to happen, okay, then begin your sentence with how. Let's look at examples F on the right. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? You want to know, you want to ask about something. You want to know about how that person is feeling. Is she feeling better? Maybe she's been ill for a few weeks. So you want to know, is she improving? Does she have any pain? So you ask, how are you feeling today? Or how is she going to get here? How is she going to get here? Is she going to get here by plane, by bus, by train? Is she going to walk? Is she going to drive her car? How is she going to get here? Okay. Now, this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope you now know what interrogative pronouns are. They are the pronouns that we use to ask questions, and they include what, which, who, when, where, and how. And depending on whether you want to ask about people, or you want to ask about things in general, or about a specific person, or about a specific thing, or if you want to ask about time or a place, then there is always the correct pronoun to do so. Use what if you want to ask about people or things in general. Use which if you want to ask about a specific person or a thing. Use who if you want to ask about people. Use when if you want to ask about time. And use where if you want to ask about a place. And finally, use how if you want to ask about something. How did you know the truth? In other words, you want to ask somebody something that's related to the formula of how did you work out this sum? How did you know I was your sister? How did you know that I was angry? Okay, so always begin with how. Now, if you're not very familiar with how to construct questions in English, I have uploaded a video that is called Tag Questions. Tag Questions. You should be able to find it in my playlist about grammar. And for the new subscribers, I would like to inform you that I upload videos on grammar, vocabulary. I also upload videos on how you say different things in English in different situations. Like, for example, how to hold a conversation with the doctor in English, the dentist in English, how to hold a conversation with, for example, somebody that you have just met. Okay, so kindly do have a look at my playlist, because I have videos on different topics, and I'm very sure that you will find what you're looking for. Thank you very much, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Also, do share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with your college mates, and with anybody else who needs it. That will be very helpful in helping me to grow this channel, but also that will encourage me to keep uploading more videos, to keep helping you to improve in your level of English. Let me know how you found this video, if you found it helpful, if you found it useful. Kindly interact with me in the comments section. Thank you very much, and see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.